What is going on, everyone? We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel Media Podcast.
I am Pounds.
I am Slash.
We're here.
So this is an exciting episode. We're covering the Dark Phoenix.
That is not. Never mind. Yeah.
From 20.
Oh my God! Hold up.
19?
I thought it was 2020. Hold up, boy. They really.
It was 2019.
2019. Some bitch. Wow. Olay. Cool.
It is actually one of my favorites.
And he's serious.
Secondary set of X-Men movies.
Right. He's serious. Like, you would think he was joking. He is completely 100% without a shadow of a doubt serious. Me. I can't put. I have no words. How about this? I'm so overjoyed. I have no words. There you go.
It is probably my fourth overall favorite X-Men movie.
Okay.
Out of the 7 I think they've done. So it's in the middle of the pack for me.
It was 7.
There's X1, 2, and 3, and then I think 4 from the new ones.
Right, but you got to add New Mutants in it. But I guess that's when Disney
movie.
went to. I was gonna say, well, that's because Disney took over. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I mean, they're the New Mutants, and it's set in an X-Men universe. I don't even know if it's set in the same X-Men universe.
Right.
I mean, if we want to be petty, I'll say 8. It's number 4 of 8.
It really, if you want to be real petty, you got to add the Deadpool movies too, because
no, the fuck I don't.
Because those are
X-Force.
Hold up, because those are part of the Fox. Well, I guess Fox, but he said no. We don't talk about that.
No, they're not.
Deadpool 1 and 2, the other part?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Did you ever see that version of Colossus in any of the X-Men movies?
Look, let's see here.
Was Negasonic Teenage Warhead in any X-Men movie?
Listen, bro, it don't matter. Bro.
Was Yuki in any X-Men movie?
Was that house in all the X-Men movies? Yep.
Not really.
Wow.
It looks just like every other X-Mansion that's ever been built.
Blown up every 1 or 2 years.
No,
look, you can't put that. No, the fuck we not. Like what?
No, I wouldn't consider Deadpool part of the X-Men movies.
Nah, that's funny as fuck.
The closest I don't even consider the New Mutants just because it's not tied to X-Men specifically.
At least Deadpool is kind of tied to it, in a weird way.
No, so my favorite X-Men movies, my first favorite is X2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Days of Future Past. No, First Class. I actually like First Class.
First Class. See, but that's what...
More than Days of Future Past.
Really? Wow.
I'm actually not even a big fan of Days of Future Past.
Wow. Okay.
So I would say X2, First Class, and then probably X-Men. And then probably Dark Phoenix.
I would say...
And then Days of Future Past. And then that other one that I'm missing, X3. And then last would be Apocalypse. I hate Apocalypse that much.
See, in my list is a little different because it was X2. Oh, no, excuse me. I'm one of the good pleasure. I think Days of Future Past is better than X2. And then it goes X2, then First Class. Then
I didn't like
X-Men.
Days of Future Past because they made it too confusing. It was all over the fucking place.
Yeah. How so? Because it made sense. I didn't think it was confusing that much. Like, they had to go back in time to stop whatever the hell the Sentinel Project was. So, I just think that kind of made sense in a weird way. And
but
they
I
basically
don't
worked
know.
together.
Because the X-Men quadrilogy that came out after the first 3 X-Men are supposed to be like the prequel series to the X-Men series up to a point.
Right.
Because them going back in the past to stop the Sentinel thing is what changes the timeline.
Right.
To allow them to do Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse. Right.
Because I was going to say, because technically they should have died in X-Men Days of Future Past. They really, the Sentinel Project should have got them.
The story basically goes First Class, Days of Future Past. And Days of Future Past is where things branch.
Right, branch out. Right.
And then one of them goes into the X-Men trilogy, one of them goes into the last 2 of
the new trilogy.
Set.
Right.
My problem is I don't. I'm not a fan of that setup in any form of entertainment. I don't like the.
Oh, you don't like the whole that's changed timelines by you doing something or?
Not that. I just. How can I explain it in a way that doesn't sound hypocritical as fuck?
Yeah, that's really Back to the Future was for that matter, in a weird way. That's why I think I like Days of Future Past because of that.
I don't like it when I get told the same story in completely different ways. Right?
Right.
So, I'm not a fan of there being 2 Phoenix-based movies.
Oh.
That are completely different.
Of course.
Set in the same universe.
Right, same universe but completely different altogether. Right. Okay.
And I at least with like the MCU, because they do it too. There's branching paths all over.
I mean, yeah, we just saw Loki and all that crap showed that stuff.
They're actually taking steps to tie it all together.
Right, they're trying to bring it all back to, I guess, our universe in a weird way.
I don't know. I don't like think of the Halloween series. The Halloween series.
Oh God! And there's like
you got like Halloween.
What
1.
is it, like eight different multiverses of this thing?
Yeah, you got like Halloween 1.
Right, but then it could jump
branches into Halloween 2.
Yep.
Halloween 4.
Yep.
Halloween 2018.
Right. But then you got Halloween 1, but it could jump to Halloween Resurrection.
Zombies Halloween set.
Right.
It's just, I don't... Yeah.
If somebody did a time... I remember somebody, like a horror movie critic, he timed that sucker down, too.
It gets too...
Because then you got from Halloween
tight in
to, like, Halloween 20 years later. Because it all starts with Halloween. It's after Halloween where it branches into its own different category, because they're all different, every last one of them. But yeah,
I still like the X-Men movies as a whole.
Yeah, they're entertaining. Like I said, even this one here was entertaining that we watched.
Other than Apocalypse. I legit just hate Apocalypse. They ruined him as a villain for me. They put him in a costume that he couldn't even fucking move.
Now that I will agree with. I didn't think he was not a bad villain. I think the costume was just
he's supposed to
awful.
be able to grow and shrink at will. He's supposed to be able to transform.
Which they showed that, but they only did it in the mind. They should have showed it out there.
Right.
But the whole costume, because then he started moving when he was inside the mine. He was able to move a lot more, but outside he couldn't. They had him just like this. Like his arms were like this. Like I agree. The costume was like cheese, man. But I like the overall story of Apocalypse compared to Dark Phoenix, which was, but we'll get to that. But I guess we're gonna start with the elephant in the room, though.
News.
They just dropped the Captain America Brave New World
That's
trailer.
not even the only trailer they dropped this week.
What else did they drop?
It was Agatha All Along.
I don't give a damn about that right now. Okay. Okay, hold on. No, let me stop. I did watch that trailer. Let me tell you, that shit got blown out the way the moment Captain America came out.
So, here's the thing.
It looked good, though.
I had zero interest in an Agatha show. Zero. We talked about.
And I said, wait till you see that first trailer too. I'm saying that too.
But then they dropped the trailer, and now I'm interested.
I know it looks good, don't it?
Like it's got a Halloween vibe
to
it.
It's supposed to be like a Halloween horror movie vibe to it. And I like how she snaps out from being whatever, like police detective.
Apparently,
too.
Wanda ends up showing like that's Wanda's body in the beginning.
Oh, you made to rewatch it. That was Wanda's body.
She's the one that's dead in the woods that they find.
Whoa! I may have to rewatch that trailer again. I didn't know that. That was because
that's why her fingers are black.
Oh, they didn't show her face though, but her face. Oh, okay.
They showed her fingers that were black, and then they go into the morgue.
Right.
And when Agatha holds up the tag on the morgue, it spells out W. Maximoff.
Oh shoot! Oh, how did I miss that in the trailer? Lord, I got so caught off guard by Captain America. I remember that.
I don't think this guy watched the trailer.
No, I did. No, because there's a lady that comes in and says, you got to snap out of it. And then she snaps out of her. So I'll watch the trailer. It's just something better. I'm like him now. It's something better just came on.
My problem is the Captain America trailer is cool, but that motherfucker don't even come out till like February, March
and that's so
next year.
sad, but I'm already hyped for this shit.
And I'm actually less hyped for that than Agatha right now, only because
it's coming out.
Agatha's coming sooner.
He's coming soon.
I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for
No.
As a matter of fact, I was one of the first people to get super stoked when I heard they were making another one, and Falcon was finally going to be Captain America.
And then
Bucky better be in that motherfucker too.
I thought he said he wasn't. I thought he said he wasn't going to.
No, he's banging fucking Falcon's sister. He better be in it.
I thought he said he wasn't. I thought he said he was because of the Thunderbolts. Because that's why he's in there. Because why didn't he show up for Wakanda Forever? He should have showed up in there first.
Because, motherfucker, A Bombay.
Because he should have showed up in Wakanda first. Why didn't he show up for that little situation?
Because if he'd have shown up, Namor would have had... Namor would have had no chance.
Really?
I'm just talking shit.
I'm about to say, damn. That's a badass. No, we can start. I like the whole comedy. They got a little comedy mixed in with horror, mixed in with lots. Like at the end, you see like a dead Agatha. Was that a dead one that showed up? They started screaming when they saw that motherfucker too.
My favorite part was old girl. Towards the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Where she bends over backwards.
Yeah.
Falling on her hands.
Yeah, she started screaming like right in front of them. It looks like they look like they're gonna have a good time with this, man. And hopefully, maybe she gets out of because she's still in West. That's Westview still.
Westview.
So yeah, she should be still.
I also wonder if Quicksilver's gonna be there.
Ralph Boner. Yeah,
Mr. Boner.
Yeah, let me tell you. Can't we talk about this movie when they talk about they did my boy dirty. I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, but Agatha was cool.
Captain America looks super dope. The only thing I can really talk about that I'm bummed. Me and you had this conversation earlier. I'm bummed Esposito's in it.
Yeah,
because I wanted personally to have Esposito as Professor X. I thought he would have made an amazing.
I thought it was him or Denzel Washington.
I thought it would have been amazing for him to. I don't want Denzel.
You know what Denzel to be Professor X?
Esposito would fit that role much better.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Don't get me wrong. I love Denzel.
Oh yeah,
but Denzel's an action guy. You can't be an action guy.
I mean, he's gonna be in that new. Yeah, well, you're right. He can't be a wheelchair. He's gonna be in that new Greek, that Greek movie that's gonna come out. Fuck, I forgot it. Yeah, Troy, Gladiator. Boom, with Gladiator 2.
Right.
But I like the Red Hulk.
Red Hulk, maybe. He looks way too plasticky in that trailer. I don't know.
Yeah, that was like a little.
It was a little. The CGI is questionable for me right now.
Because I heard the budget, which I hope that it is a lie. They said it was like 300 to 350 million, like for the whole movie budget.
Yeah, no, if it's like 350 million, you better fix the fucking trailer.
Yeah, I'm praying to God that it's. I wanted to be under that, like 200 million, but 350. That's it. Oh yeah, and I was telling one of our coworkers, I told you this off camera too, that somebody said that was Isaiah Bradley right there. I was like, yes. At the time when he was. They were all sitting there, they were clapping, and he got up and he did the super soldier, and it looked like he was part of, what's that? He had a Winter Soldier on him. Like, he was able to turn towards that because I think the government has the book, don't they? Don't they have that book? Yeah, I thought like in Civil War, I thought they were in possession of that book.
I think so.
But that's why in the trailer he was like, there's people in your barracks that you don't know that are basically causing this type of destruction around your area. And I think what else they got is, and I think I told you before, I give respect now to the Eternals now. Because now, after so long, they're addressing that hand. That little, it's a small bit. And I told like the manager of our company we work for, like I told him, he was like that mountain, that is the hand from Eternals. We are finally, good Lord, addressing that big ass thing that was coming out of the earth. Right. I'm not really addressing it, but I'm happy that we kind of acknowledge it because there's so many movies that we have watched that nobody acknowledges this big ass hand just right here or this.
Not movies, shows.
Shows. I thought because at the Eternals it was like Shang-Chi and then.
Yeah.
What was that? The Eternals.
Shang-Chi came before Eternals.
What?
You're talking about it was mostly shows.
Oh, okay, shows.
That's what I was saying. So okay. If you remember, there was just a very brief news clip during She-Hulk.
Right, it's like a brief of it, man. Like,
I don't think it was probably mentioned in Echo. I haven't seen Echo yet.
I don't. Yeah, no, they didn't mention Echo either. No, they didn't mention it.
I don't remember the order of release.
Right, I know it's been so long, and I know.
The Marvels didn't mention it.
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder didn't mention it,
and that's so weird. It's like this thing was just like this, and it's like I'm happy that. At least a movie is trying to acknowledge that it exists.
To be fair, at this point, humans, just regular civilians, are just like, it's normal now. Stupid shit just happens. You walk outside, shit happens.
And then And I told another coworker this, that it's like we have a Captain America, but we don't have a Captain America. That's why you see President Thunderbolt Ross is like, I want to bring in the Captain America thing again, and da-da. I'm like, didn't we just try this with John Walker? What are we talking about right now? And you know what? You say you want to see Bucky. I want to see Bucky and John Walker. I want this to be like Captain America City. I want John Walker to. I want to see him in his U.S. agent form too. I want to see him. I want to see one suit. He could do like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, he could disappear forever. But I wouldn't mind seeing like him into that. And I also think Winter Soldier might take the Super Soldier serum when he's fighting the Red Hulk. And in the poster, it shows the shield being crushed. I feel like he's going to get a new suit and a new shield too. But that's just me.
I'm glad his suit finally got rid of the stupid fucking thing. What's the shoulder pads? Not shoulder pads. The neck part.
The neck bar.
It looks like it's one of those things that in the comics you don't really notice how bad it is because it's a comic. But like seeing it in person at the end
makes it way worse.
At the end of
Talking Winter Soldier, yeah.
I'm sorry, Captain America and the
Winter Soldier, yeah.
Oh, dude, so ugly.
It did look kind of tacky, so I'm happy. But I think we're gonna get another suit. I think we're gonna get another suit that's gonna take on the Red Hulk at the end. Or I'm assuming that might be the final act of the movie. Like Harrison Ford loses his mind, he just goes into the Red Hulk. So I'm assuming that, because some people say like, well, how's he gonna fight the Red Hulk? Either he's going to get the Super Soldier Serum, or he's getting an upgrade. That's the only way I want to see him. Because I don't think the suit he got on that I've seen, I don't think that can take on the Hulk right now. At least not to my knowledge. But right. I could be wrong. But overall, both of these trailers look good. Like I said, I can't wait for Agatha. Like I want to see what that look like. What If supposed to be coming out too this year? Season 2. Season 2 of What If supposed to be coming out also. So we haven't got a trailer for that yet either. So can't wait to watch that. Right? You ready for What If? Are you ready for What If Season 2 or Season 3? I forgot what it was. I don't know. No? Oh. Well, damn. I think that's Marvel is going back to Comic-Con under a year, so they'll be discussing the trailers and movies and everything Marvel and whatnot. So that's good. They're gonna be in Hall H. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. But you got anything left?
No, I don't.
All right. I guess we'll. I guess. I'm gonna let Nick go first with this because if I go through this, it's gonna be a rant. I'm not doing that.
I'm curious on why, and I'm about to tell you why when we get there.
Why do you think it's not gonna be a rant? Look, I told you some reasons why, bro. But Evan Peters is first, man. Come on, look, they showed 10 minutes. 10 minutes, sir.
Let's be real.
No, let's be real.
Quicksilver don't matter. This motherfucker's never
in this whole entire series, yes, he does.
He mattered so much.
Bro, and
he got half a movie in the MCU. All right, look, he don't matter.
Look. Let me tell you why he matters so much in this X-Men, especially this new one. This man literally made half of the fucking movie. Even the garbage Apocalypse that you hate, he still made the fucking movie with his shit. They took him out. They said, "Hey, we already got Mystique. We got her. You gotta go, Quicksilver." Like, damn. And then you don't even bring it back. You put him in the ICU. Like, you just put him out of commission.
He got fucked up.
He didn't get...
He ain't Wolverine. He ain't got healing powers.
He went they're like this. All you hear is like a Loki sound from Avengers.
All right, so first and foremost, we are talking about X-Men The Dark Phoenix. Came out in 2019. As I mentioned earlier, I won't say love, I really do like this movie. I think it is the closest version of the Phoenix story we've gotten in any sort of media outside of comics. Because obviously the comics is where the stories start.
Of course.
That is the story.
I think it's like 13 comics altogether, I believe.
It depends on what version of it.
Yeah, like that. But I thought it overall was about like a lot of comics. That's it. Damn, that's a lot. For this series, at least.
And what I like in my superhero movies is for it to follow as close to the actual story from the comics as possible. I understand there's going to be some liberation taken in how the stories are told in a lot of cases. I mean, just to give you guys an idea, we've probably gotten a total of like 10 to 12 different ways Uncle Ben has died in Spider-Man.
I was gonna say Into the Spider-Verse, we just saw like 50 of them bitches right there on the spot.
Between like 4 or 5 movies that have shown this thing, there's like 5 or 6 different comics tellings of, because like the Ultimate Universe is slightly different than the actual Amazing Spider-Man story. Like, there's going to be some. They're going to change some things to make things a little different, and I get that. But I still like for things to remain as faithful to the original source material as possible. Just to give you guys another idea, I did not gain a true respect for the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies until I started reading the newer comics. And they actually pulled a lot of that story-wise. I still don't like the way they look. But they did. They pulled a lot of that story from the comics, with everything from April being the one that took care of the turtles before they got to the ooze. Then when they got to the ooze, that's why they feel like they need to protect her, because she protected them.
Right.
There's a story, a deep background story that I don't think even made the movies. I didn't watch the second one. I only watched the first one. But like the turtles are actually reincarnations of their Japanese selves, which is why the family fight is continuing on with Shredder. Right.
Well, that's not bad at all. Like, they're actually reincarnations of their former self.
It's super interesting, but that's the type of stuff that I like when you it's the little details, right?
Right.
And just to give you an idea, I was Googling things while you were throwing out the news, and the first thing I said was, how did Jean Grey get the Phoenix Force in the comics?
Okay.
And it says during flight, Grey's telekinesis fails to protect her inside of a space shuttle, and she's bombarded with cosmic radiation that began to kill her.
Right. Right.
In her plight attracted the Phoenix Force, which offered to save her life by placing Grey in a healing cocoon, while the Phoenix Force impersonates her. Now again, they didn't go full on, and I wish they would have, but being in space.
Because I've always thought Phoenix was always inside of her.
No, that's because you heard the stories from the old X-Men cartoon, and that's how they told it.
Wow, son of a bitch! All right. Because I was like, well, shit. She've always had this power anyway. It just hasn't been tapped into.
Nope.
It was like a weird anime situation, but yeah.
Now she does have latent power in terms of stuff that Professor X did block off from her. Right. But it wasn't the Phoenix.
Which we saw in the movie too. That she did block. He did try to block.
In the movie, he blocked memories, not
power.
Well,
yeah, proper memories. But that memories wish was to tap into the power itself and
now,
all that. But
I googled a secondary thing and I said, "Does Jean Grey die at the end of the Phoenix Saga in the comics?" And it says yes.
Yeah.
During the fight, Jean gets exposed to a lethal dose of solar radiation. Lets out a telepathic scream with her dying breath.
Right.
Which is pretty much what happens at the end of this movie.
Right.
Lastly, I said, how does Jean Grey die in the Phoenix Saga in the 1980s comics? And it says, ultimately, it was decided that Byrne and Claremont, who are the people that wrote and drew the comic,
right,
to have Jean commit self-unaliving ceremony, because I can't say the actual word.
Oh, no. No, we can't say that here, no.
After her Dark Phoenix persona resurfaces at the climax of the fight against the Imperial Guard, which is what happened at the end of this. She sacrificed herself.
Right. And then, yeah. This is about close to it. Right.
It isn't some bullshit where Wolverine stabs her.
That's where...
Or...
He says, I love you, and then goes to a full-blown stab moment. Right.
So, I really like this movie for it being as... They tried to make it as close to the comics as they could without just absolutely copying and pasting.
And like I said before, man, it's not director's fault. It's not even the movie's fault. It's really just Fox's fault because he wanted to break this off into like you can see it. I mean, I don't know if you can see it now. It's like literally this was 2-part where it could have ended with her doing that same exact thing, but with time and all what Fox really wanted, they were just hammering on the writers. That's why they had to do reshoots and then squeeze in something that could have been like a good like 2-hour movies, but instead it's like 1 2-hour movie. It's like, nah, man, like you could have just branched this out to its own thing, though.
I don't know how they could have extended it.
I mean, you could have did it to where
it's already slow in a lot of places.
Right.
I don't need another hour and a half of being slow.
Okay. I mean, I was thinking like, well, by bringing in like the aliens who, I wish I knew what these aliens were called because they are part of the.
I don't know what they are, but I do know.
I thought because they tried to get the scrolls, but that shit backfired too. They wanted the scrolls at one point, but then that's when I think Captain Marvel came out. So they had to scrap that whole thing and pretty much had to come up with. And I don't think these are something they come up with. I think these were actual aliens from inside the Marvel comics themselves. And what I'm saying is that we still could have had the Phoenix Force, and we still could have had this. But it's like we were trying to put in this villain with that villain. It's like, forget that. We could have done this, and then this movie could have led into the Phoenix movie. We could have done this movie with these things coming down, trying to find the Phoenix Force. And in Apocalypse, she actually showed that she was blasting out the Phoenix Force. So, in a way, they kind of reneged on what they were doing anyway. Because Apocalypse, because she's like, show me your power. Boom. She actually, so I think that's probably why you even got, I think you got upset about that too. Because he was like, that's not how the Phoenix Force is. Because she literally just showed you that she has it inside of her body. I guess with this movie right here, it enhances, I guess, her Phoenix powers, I guess. But we could have did that after we have got this little movie. I don't know, the Attack of the Aliens, I don't know. And then we could have got the Dark Phoenix. That easily could have been a 2-part, but Fox was like, hell no, we're crunching for time. Fuck that. Get some reshoots in. Let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze in a tight like 2-hour movie here.
So the aliens are the Dabari.
Dabari. Okay.
They're known for shape-shifting. They're led by Vuk, who is the lady.
Okay.
And they're a race that in the comics were always trying to seek out and either control or destroy the Phoenix.
Juicy! This would have been perfect. This would have been perfect. Actually, this would have been good if it was his own movie, though. This would have been way better. And then we would have moved into the Dark Phoenix Force. Because then we would have had this little moment. It would have been way, emotional, actually, if we just had the Dark Phoenix Force. Or the Dark Phoenix. Boom. There you go. Now, look, you could have got 2 cash grabs out of this.
I get what you're saying. I just don't know how they make that into 2 full movies that are interesting.
I wish I can give you that. I'm trying to think.
I don't want a full movie of them fighting aliens and then a full movie of them fighting the Phoenix. It just seems like there's a lot of dead time in there.
So maybe squeeze it to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Make an hour and 30 minutes for this one, an hour and 30 minutes for the other one. Mm. That way it would have limited dead time, and it would have kept the pace going. That's not how I would see if I would have done it like that. I said, okay, you're right. Instead of branching it for 2 hours, right? I would have branched it for an hour and 20. That way, I would have set up, I guess, Vuk and all these people, and then they're like, well, we captured them, and maybe they captured them. Instead of we kill them all, blah, 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 we fight them. And well, what are they here for? And then she could have said, well, we're here for the Phoenix. And then we're like...
But they did say that.
I know they said that, but I'm saying I'm trying to say with this one single movie of this, and then they fight them, of course, and then of course X-Men win, blah 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 blah, they win, da 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 da, and then they capture Baruch, the woman, and then they're never explained. I mean, I know in the movie I'm saying in this one movie they'd be like, well, these random aliens just start coming up out of nowhere and why they're coming and da 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 da. Then at the end of that one movie they could say, well, we're here for the Phoenix, and then that can push into the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix saga right there. Or the Dark Saga, the Dark Phoenix movie right there. Because it would be like, well, we're here to basically take out the Phoenix. But he's thinking too. You see?
I guess where I'm struggling with your thought process.
Okay,
is
that's fine.
I don't know why it matters that we know a lot about the aliens, because I don't think it does.
No, they'd be one-off villains.
But they're not. That's
Well,
why they were one
we'll
of the
treat
main...
it like how the MCU did the first movie, or the first two phases. We'll treat them like one-off villains because the whole point is to get to the Phoenix. That's the whole point.
But you're worried about... See, I see what you're getting to. What you really wanted was for the X-Men to just fight the Phoenix. You didn't care about the alien part of it. The Phoenix is your main focus.
Yeah. In a way. In a way. Yes and no. Yeah.
But you can't just do a story based on just the Phoenix.
No, I mean...
Because then you're taking away her opportunity to redeem herself.
She would be able to do that at the end of the Dark Phoenix movie.
But if they already defeated the aliens in the first movie...
Well, not really defeat them, but capture them. Because, Charles Xavier, he ain't about the lights of life.
You ain't holding them. Did you see them?
Hold up. Look.
They were fucking the X-Men up.
They were. Hold on. There's okay, hold on. Now we gotta look up who can beat the Fawook or what
Evan Peters got taken out for the rest of the goddamn X
by
universe.
the Phoenix, bitch. Look, all I'm saying is that we would have contained them motherfuckers. We would contain them. And then it's like, well, man, I can see Charles Xavier. Man, they gave us a run for our money. They gave us a run for our money. And then you got Hank like, okay, so what they here for? I don't know. They're not talking. We beat their asses. They ain't talking. And then finally they see Jean. It's like, we're here for her. We want the girl. That's all we want.
So, for me, I'm gonna be real. I'm sure they could have found a way to drag it out for 2 movies.
Hell yeah! You know what I'm saying? They could have. The Foxes could have. They could have dragged it out if they wanted to.
I didn't need it, but
I know. I understand.
If they were gonna do that, I would want to read the comics.
Yeah, that's probably
and
why.
For them to try and drag it out according to the comics.
Of course. No, I'm not saying that. Like I said, I
don't know.
I haven't read the comic. Oh, I really I know a little bit, but I've not actually sat here and just read 13, 14 books of this. No. But
I also don't know if the Dabari are even in the Dark Phoenix saga. And here's the problem.
And that's not good if they're not.
There are like...
I guess it wouldn't matter, but...
There are 2 Dark Phoenix sagas.
Oh, shit.
And I don't know shit about the second one. The second one came out in like 2008.
Oh, wow.
Or 2005. Somewhere
because you telling me this shit here talking about we were a ship and we saw you do that. It's like almost... And I guess that's not the nerd. I'm like, I almost was it. That's Cap. That's so Cap. Like, bro, you mean to tell me you were right there when you saw that shit got taken in, and not one of these X-Men people didn't see them right there? Were they like light year away from the fucking building? Like you said, you rolled. They said they approached right up on them and said, "We saw you take all that solar flare in, or whatever that they gave in."
With as strong as they are, you don't think they didn't have good cloaking technology?
That bitch did not look like it was cloaked, man. That bitch looked like it was just wide the fuck open, it looked like a big ass meteor. I mean, I understand it, but that's like when Thor at the end of Thor Ragnarok, man, we're gonna be good, and then you just see this dark cloud come in and be like, huh, like that is Thanos' shit. Yeah, he ain't hiding. And like you said, they whoop their asses with bare leaves. Why would I hide for? I will pull up like a goon, and I will show you that I'm right here.
There's a reason they hid. And they explained it. She said, no one has been able to contain the Phoenix Force until you. That was the first time they've seen the Force go to someone and it not instantly destroy them. They're not just going to rush in on that shit.
I mean, they sure kind of did by coming down with meteors, but that's not the point. No, I know what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. But
you just don't rush into something you don't know what's going to happen.
I was going to say, well, hold on, fam, because they just literally just boom, right down that bitch. Like I said, as soon as the Phoenix went to the human, they said, they went right on down. They said, all right, cool.
Yeah, they went down to Earth. They didn't go to where she was. They went down, disguised themselves.
They had to like pucker.
Did reconnaissance.
Yeah, reconnaissance. They basically had to like, we know your power.
Yeah, you gotta observe. You can't go into a fight.
And that's what I'm saying. That would have been the first.
I don't need a full movie of them observing. I don't give a fuck about their observation.
But this probably would have been a good movie. You probably been pissed though. Because you'd have been like, so we got this one movie, right, where they're fighting these aliens because they're trying to find a Dark Phoenix for us. But before we know about Dark Phoenix, we're fighting these aliens. And they're posting up, they're just pulling up like, apparently Cerebral can't even find them. They're just pulling up, giving you Agent Smith situation. You are not Agent Smith, bitch. Oh, shit.
So, to top it off, some other reasons I absolutely love this movie.
That's the biggest thing.
I love the de-evolution of Professor X.
Oh, man. They just butchered. Man. Charles Xavier, man.
For those of you that don't know, that have never read the X-Men comics, Charles is not really a good person.
I remember when we read a little bit of the X-Men when we did a little comic run.
I read quite a bit more than you did.
I know you did,
You
but...
stopped. I kept going.
Yeah, I know you did. Because we read... Well, even for that short time, Charles Xavier wasn't...
I want you guys to know, Charles isn't a villain by any means.
No, he's just not... He's like Goku.
He's just a little weird.
Yeah.
For instance, having a crush on Jean.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, especially how old Jean was. But that's almost the end of the
I think in the comics she was like 17 or 18.
Yeah, that's supposed Dr. Disrespect we get now.
He might have been a little young too. I mean, think about how long ago that was.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We don't know.
BJ outside the body of God watching. Man.
But no, he's just a little weird.
Oh my God.
And one of the things I love about the story is Charles, from the very beginning, did what he thought was right.
Right.
He was like, look, your parents are dead. Which, let's be real, her dad was pretty much dead to her.
Yeah, well, he even said that
he didn't want her around.
Yeah, you died that day too. I was like, damn. They just said, fuck you. Like, take her. Hello. Like, jump her off. I'm going to go get some milk and I ain't coming back. Like that. He did that trick.
Like, he legit felt that
once White died, that was it.
Jean killed his wife. Again, if you guys got to remember, at the beginning of all the mutant stuff, mutants usually find out about their powers by something tragic that happens to somebody close around them. It's not always their family. Sometimes it's a close friend, a boyfriend, love interest. I mean, look at Rogue.
Hey, yo, look at Rogue. That's it. I can say a boyfriend. Yeah, I can see. Okay, kiss the devil that one. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, something tragic usually happens, and they go in, and that's when Charles finds them, brings them in to try and, or the Brotherhood. They find them. One of the two.
Right. See, this shit right here. This shit got the Avengers. Anyway.
Right. So he does what he thinks is right. He tries to block out that memory of her dad. Make her think that he's dead. So that and then train her on how to use her powers. However, what's right for some people aren't always going to be right for others.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix Force breaks down those walls that he put up in her head. And it causes her to go on this crazy fucking mission of trying to find some shit out. She kills Mystique, thank goodness. And
best part of
the movie.
She didn't want to be there anyway. Ever again. She didn't want to be there, bro. She was done, man.
Don't push buttons.
Did I push a button?
You did.
Oh, no. What happened? It didn't freeze nothing, did it?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I saw your eyes wander. And I said, wait a minute. What happened?
But you watch Professor X be broken down as a human being. Well, mutant being.
Well, like Michael Fassbender said, he said, you always want to apologize, but no one cares this time, man. Like, you fucked up. You fucked up, man. Badly.
But no. So shit just doesn't pan out. It breaks him down as a character. He has to basically rethink life.
Yeah. Yeah, retire.
And at the end of it, he decides to retire.
Yeah.
Now, we know he doesn't permanently stay away.
Of course, but he, for circumstances, which I'm surprised at the end, they didn't lock this school up, actually, to be honest. I mean, I know they could because they're all mutants, but I'm surprised they didn't come up with, like, mutant task force out. Like, just, like, sit here with the anti-mutant guns and the shot callers and stuff. I'm surprised that they allowed them to still have this school up and running, actually. Right. Like, that's probably one of my big right there, too. I was thinking, they're going to come with, like, come on. You come on. Like, either you'll come willingly or go ahead and get this shot collar where you can't use your mutant power no more. Do it like a Deadpool 2 where you put that shot collar around him. But that's what I was wondering. But I guess they allowed him to, still keep. Maybe, and to be fair, I guess they probably went with the government, probably said, well, we will keep the school up and running if Charles Xavier just doesn't be a part of that school, which is fine. I mean, I guess that's it, but I was really thinking that something else was about to come down at that place. Like, when I saw Cyclops walk out, I was like, there's no way they back at the school.
Right.
But then I saw him at school. I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, sure.
But yeah, we had the one moment that we laughed at where Cyclops tried to be hard.
Bruh! And then he tried to get mad at me. He said the other Cyclops was hard. I said, I didn't say the other Cyclops wasn't hard. In fact, the one in the Xmen animated series was more harder than this shit. Like if you want to be blunt.
You know what? One of our friends and coworkers and people that have been on this podcast before is a huge fan of Cyclops.
Mm-hmm. Which is so odd.
Joked with him several times.
Talk about.
I think Cyclops sucks. I will say, comic Cyclops has moments where he's actually pretty cool.
Right, and I understand the X-Men animated series. Really, he showed off somewhat of his timidness.
I don't know how just hasn't translated well into other outlets.
If you blade one hand, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, you're like 12. Calm down.
You see, Magneto didn't even hesitate. He like, bruh, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't step to me like that.
I will say, special effects wise, I think this is one of the better X-Men movies.
Okay.
They did really well with the special effects, and again, acting overall is pretty strong
for a few actors.
I think for most.
For most, okay.
The only actors I'm not big fans of. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of Cyclops, the kid that plays Cyclops. I mean, he's a grown ass fucking dude now, and he probably was then.
Well, you know what's funny though? They said that he wore like a muscle suit because that was not his real muscles.
I believe it.
Yeah. So he said, I didn't have to work out for this. I'm like, no shit. They just put a muscle suit on you. They didn't have you.
Right.
He probably would have been more timid if you actually pumped some iron in your body. No, he wouldn't have been.
I'm not a big fan of him.
Beast was still cool.
Beast is alright, but I still prefer
Kelsey Grammer Beast from Beast. Which that's because he's got some. That dude got some acting chops, bro. Kelsey Grammer, that's just Kelsey Grammer, man.
Right.
You can't really deny that, bro. Yeah. So yeah.
Honestly, I want to say in this movie, the only one I really have an issue with is Cyclops. I think everyone
even else... Mystique for her last 30 seconds, she was alright.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
Of course.
That's right. Even though you said that's the best part of her again.
I don't like her character. It's not her fault.
Yeah, you just don't like Mystique overall.
I think Mystique as a character is just boring.
Yeah, Ravenclaw is just she's just a.
It's also just like I didn't like her in the original X-Men trilogy, and again, that's not old girl's fault.
Rebecca Romijn. Yeah.
I think she's talented.
It's just
sexy actress.
One hell of a sexy actress. Don't get twisted on that one. Yeah, there was a lot of sexual in that old one.
I don't like the character. Honestly, that's all I've really got to talk about.
I think that was it. That was my only little mini rant. Like overall, the movie, for what they were given, it was the last. Besides the New Mutants, really that was the last X-Men hoorah before we moved into Disney, basically spending $500 billion for Fox Entertainment. So, If anything, I wish we had got this during Deadpool 3 because it seems like that's where we're going to find the void of all these X-Men and Fox things. They said there's going to be so many cameos in this goddamn movie, too.
Good.
They even said Patrick Stewart's coming back also.
Let's go. Is he going to be rolling out like this?
Oh, Lord. I think he might be in the... Well, they got Sabretooth and Pyro in there, so...
And then you wait till we meet up again.
I'm going to beat your ass. We should not be talking like that, bro. This Eminem shit got us acting wonky right now.
See, mine was an actual Eminem quote, sir.
I know it was. That's what makes it worse. That's true.
No, so with that being said, let me switch screens here. It's that time. It's that time. It's now or never. Forever.
I guess I give my score since you gave your positive thoughts first.
All right, sir.
Otherwise, I will give it back to you. But
what is your probably terrible score?
Like I told you, girl, I'm not gonna give it too bad.
Did you say girl? Like I told you, girl?
No, I said.
Did I gotta chuck a helmet at you?
I said like I told you, girl.
Oh. I thought you was like I told you, girl.
Like I told you, babe. Oh, give me your hand. Let me tell you what I feel. Sugar. Sugar. Oh God. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Nice. I'm actually giving it a 6.
Really? Okay. See. Nah, like I said, I was not going to bash it. Now, if
which puts it, by the way, since you're watching, you guys are watching.
Well, I got 6, don't it?
Right next to the Marvels.
Yeah, that's rightfully so. Because it's not all Simon Kinberg's fault. Now, if he was aware, I mean, I'm not aware, but if he was not, how can I word this where it could have been? Like, because he wanted to bridge this out to part 1, part 2 movies, but he couldn't do it. Fox literally was not letting him, like, they were basically standing on 10 toes on that, like, not letting him do that. Right. So, it's not his fault on the whole situation. Now, he was, like, aware of it, or, like, whatever, like, he was, like, money grab with this, like, yeah, let's do this, like, but he wanted to tell you, he wanted to give you the best of ability of telling a decent story, and I think he tried. Okay. But, go ahead, bro.
No, I didn't have anything else to say, I was just...
Oh, yeah, you're picking. Hey, he's picking this time. You know, so I thought I'm going to pick tomorrow, next week, too.
I do want you guys to know, maybe. If I get a show, it's going to be a while. I do want you guys to know our next 2 episodes are going to be Deadpool 3.
Yep. And
because I don't remember if Deadpool 3 is next week or the week after. I think it's the week after.
Week after. And then when is Agatha's third?
That's in September.
Okay.
So we still got a while on that.
Okay.
But, and even then, we probably won't cover Agatha until it's over. I actually kind of like the whole...
Oh, wait till it's all over.
Wait till it's finished to talk about it. I don't necessarily think we need to cover an episode every week.
Yeah.
It's back when we used to do predictions and get all super into it, it made sense, but now it's just kind of like it exists.
And that's so sad. Like, I used to love doing that prediction, like what's going to happen next, but yeah, it's just a show, so...
So yeah, so we'll see. Next episode that you guys watch will probably be either the start of or what we pull out of the head, and then Deadpool, and then
more pulling out the head, I guess.
Out of the face.
Unless it's a show.
Ready?
No, not really.
I think this right here. This right here. That feels like the one. That feels like the one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
He pulled X-Men Apocalypse. Look, I told you. He pulled the next X-Men, the one that I like kind of like, but it's alright. Yeah.
Thank you.
What is it, man? He's so happy. Oh my God, he's super.
This is a movie I have only seen snippets of. I've never watched the whole thing.
Really?
I've always wanted to watch it,
and
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun watching it.
What year was it set in?
This movie came out 1986. It involved a character that was not in a movie again until Guardians of the Galaxy.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, baby.
Huh.
I have never actually seen this movie.
I've seen it once. With Leah Thompson. Huh. Wow. From Back to the Future. That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen it once in my whole life. And that was like snippets for real. Like for real snippets. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there with low expectations because I know.
I'm pretty sure it's rated R if I remember.
Yes, it is. Howard, I forgot Howard did. Once you said Guardians, I'm like, all I can think is why you let him lick your face like that? And then he showed up in What If like a few times actually. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Guardians 2. Was when he was.
Yeah.
It was Guardians 1 or 2. But.
Yeah. He was in the Collector's Vault, which is interesting.
So yes, I am excited for this.
Okay. Howard the Duck.
But look, I'm just saying what it could have been if I'd have just shifted my finger just a little bit. It could have been the first season of Spider-Man Unlimited.
Fuck! Going home. I hate this place. Nope. I'll pull it for now. You want to let me pull?
Nope.
He won't let me pull because he knows damn well.
He's like, I want that Spider-Man.
Right there. Oh my God. The way you hate the most. Oh, that so sucks. Oh my God. Oh man. I would have binged that whole thing tonight. Spider-Man Unlimited, huh?
I'd have been.
Well, we would have given a good little rating on this. This has been a 10 out of 10 on that one.
But no. Howard the Duck.
Spider-Man dealing with monsters? Come on now.
So,
that was one of my Fox
next
quiz.
time for Howard the Duck. After that, we got Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, because that's watch that next week, and that's the week after, yeah. Damn, we could have been watching Spider-Man Unlimited.
Deadpool, you'll be pulling from that head.
Don't worry, I'll pull Spider-Man Unlimited. I got you, man. I'll pull out season 1, which was the best season. They got weird at the other ones, but yeah.
Alright, guys, that's going to do it. We love y'all. We'll see you next time. Excelsior.
Peace.